The curse of the Romanov family. For over 3 centuries, the Romanov dynasty ruled Russia with imperial splendor, its legacy marked by grandeur, conflict, and contradiction. Yet the sudden and brutal end of this dynasty in 1918 gave rise to a gripping legend that the Romanovs had fallen victim to an ancient and relentless curse. This documentary narrative explores the rise and fall of Russia's last imperial family and the mystical tales that continue to haunt their memory. The rise of the Romanov dynasty. The Romanov dynasty began in 1613 when Mikhail Romanov ascended the Russian throne, bringing an end to the time of troubles, a period of political chaos and foreign occupation. Over the generations, the Romanovs expanded the Russian Empire, turning it into one of the world's most powerful nations. Peter the Great, Catherine the Great, and Alexander II were just a few of the rulers who modernized and expanded Russia. However, beneath the gilded surface of imperial triumphs lay growing unrest. The seeds of discontent were sown by autocratic rule, social injustice, and resistance to reform. The fall of the House of Romanov. Nicholas II, the last Russian emperor, ascended to the throne in 1894. Though a devoted father and husband, he struggled to navigate the rapidly changing political landscape of the early 20th century. Russia faced economic instability, growing revolutionary sentiment, and a disastrous involvement in World War I. In 1917, after years of turmoil and mounting discontent, Nicholas II was forced to abdicate. He and his family, Empress Alexandra, and their 5 children, Olga, Tatiana, Maria, Anastasia, and Alexei, were placed under house arrest. On the night of July 16th to 17th, 1918, they were executed by Bolsheviks in the basement of the Apatiev house in Yekaterinburg. The birth of the curse. In the years that followed, rumors and legends spread that the Romanovs were victims not only of political upheaval, but also of a divine or supernatural curse. Some claimed the dynasty was doomed from the start, its fate written in blood and betrayal. One of the earliest mentions of the curse is tied to Grigory Rasputin, the mystic who gained significant influence over the royal family in their final years. Rasputin allegedly wrote to Alexandra, "If I die or you desert me, within 6 months you will lose your son and your throne." Rasputin was murdered in December 1916. 16 months later, the Romanov family was dead. Mystery and myth, the alleged curse gained strength through a series of sinister coincidences and unexplained phenomena. For decades, the bodies of Alexei and one of the daughters, either Maria or Anastasia, remained missing. This fueled speculation that someone had survived and escaped. Numerous imposters, including the infamous Anna Anderson, claimed to be Anastasia, adding to the legend's allure. In 2007, DNA analysis confirmed that the remains of the entire Romanov family had been found, dispelling many theories of escape. Yet for those who believed in the curse, the suffering didn't end with the immediate family's death. The curse continues. Over the years, several Romanov descendants and close associates also died under tragic circumstances. Many relatives were executed by the Bolsheviks after the revolution. Others died in exile under mysterious or tragic conditions. Maria Fyodorovna, the Dowager Empress and mother of Nicholas II, never accepted the death of her son and grandchildren. She spent the rest of her life in exile, refusing to believe in their grim fate. The so-called curse seemed to touch those who investigated the Romanovs' fate as well. Historians, investigators, and treasure hunters who delved into the topic often reported strange occurrences, accidents, mysterious deaths, and strings of bad luck befell those who dared to disturb the Romanov legacy. Psychological and cultural interpretations. Modern scholars believe the idea of a curse served as a psychological mechanism for a nation grappling with its past. The fall of the Romanovs symbolized not just the end of an era, but the violent birth of Soviet power. Framing their demise as the result of a curse helped people cope with the trauma of revolution and loss. Additionally, the Romanovs' tragic story captivated the world, especially in the West, where their image was romanticized. The notion of a doomed, beautiful royal family fit easily into myth and legend, legacy and canonization. In 2000, the Russian Orthodox Church canonized Nicholas II and his family as passion bearers, those who faced death with Christian humility. For believers, their sainthood provided a spiritual explanation for their suffering and elevated them beyond mere historical victims. Today, the memory of the Romanovs lives on through memorials, books, films, and pilgrimages. The site of their execution has become a place of mourning and reflection. Despite efforts to uncover every detail of their lives and deaths, mystery still lingers around.